Jason Zimmerman joins us today to talk some Emory men's basketball. Coach, you guys have been going at it now, practicing for about 3 weeks. How about an update on how you think practice has gone so far?
Yeah, it's been great. We have a good crew of veterans that know what it's like the first 3 weeks of the season, and so they're very experienced going through. You know, we have a great senior, Nick Tupunjanen, and then a big junior class. So they've been through a lot of these preseasons and trying to get better and just setting down the foundation for a good year, hopefully. And the talking in the gym has been at a really high level because guys know what to expect practice-wise, and so that communication, you know, they know what to say, they know how to say it. So that's been nice for me as a coach, and I have to do all the talking. And I think that, like we just said, leads for a great foundation for the year. Puts a big it puts a level of how good we can be, right? But we have to take steps to get there. But I think we've started in the right direction.
When you have an experienced cast like you have, you talked about big junior class with a lot of those guys playing a lot of minutes. Kind of like your approach to practice. I mean, is it more of a refresher, or are you able to put more things in, more concepts, or how does that work?
Yeah, you know, we lost a pretty good crew from last year too, with Jabario and Spencer, Joey, and Bo. So there is a newness in that, like, all right, the kind of roles and leadership, and that the guys when practice starts that you have to kind of feel out. But we've been going pretty fast, putting stuff in and trying to get through, trying to balance. I think this is true in coaching. You try to balance, like, how fast you want to go to get stuff in, and then how detailed you got to be to get everything in. And that's like that every year. If you have experienced guys or not experienced guys, so sometimes you have experienced guys like we do, and they assume, or you assume, that we're going to remember that, and that's not necessarily the case, right? They may remember it, but the details of why this is successful and why we do these things and why. So I don't think that ever changes, right? You go into every year wanting to go faster, but then you realize that the reason why you're successful is because you have a really good foundation of what you do, and so we've had a good balance of that this year.
So now we've talked about practice. Now we'll talk about the upcoming season. You guys open Saturday at Guilford, a stern challenge. They're picked to win the ODAC, coming off a quarterfinal round appearance in last year's NCAA's.
Yeah. Every time we play Guilford since I've been here, Tom does a great job and has a great team, and really prepares us for the UAA to play Guilford. And so I don't really enjoy preparing for his teams and for Guilford, but we enjoy the competition and knowing that we're going to have to play well or we're going to get beat. And so that's been a challenge for us early on to play such an opponent right out of the blocks. But we're looking forward to it. You know, we've been up to Guilford in the past, so we know the trip. And our guys are looking forward to going up and playing, and really just getting the season started, right? You know, you do have an experienced crew. They've been through some of that preseason, so sometimes the preseason beating on each other kind of gets a little tedious to those guys, to those veterans. And so we're looking forward to some competition and seeing, kind of gauging where we are on Saturday afternoon.
And finally, obviously, a preseason national ranking, number 6 according to D3 Hoops. Obviously, it doesn't mean much early in November in terms of, you know, in March, but obviously you guys have to be happy with the recognition and really where the program has come.
Yeah, you know, we talked to our guys about it a lot. You know, we said, hey, they don't add 5 points or 6 points or 10 points to the score because somebody thinks you're good. Actually, it's probably the other way around. You know, other teams that they want to play against you. And Guilford's, 19 in the country. What does that actually mean? I don't know. I do know what it means is the guys that came before this team were pretty good, and the guys that came before this team, and the guys on this team actually were part of something that was pretty special in the past. Really, the preseason rankings is really a ranking of the past, right? None of these teams that are ranked have played a game this year. So, but we take great pride in that, and I'm very proud of the teams that have come before this one, and I look forward to being very proud of this one when we get finished. But we got a long way to go.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much for your time. I'll let you get back to work. Good luck Saturday at Guilford, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Sean.